Happy New Year, everyone, and welcome. I just wanted to take a few minutes to welcome you to the new year, and I hope you're having a great one. One thing I'm going to say is instead of having a New Year's resolution this year with regards to your weight and your weight mastery, I am going to suggest that you have a New Year's revolution instead. I think a resolution a lot of times is about resolving to be good or to be disciplined or to, get it all together. I crack up every year. I go into Trader Joe's in between the transition from the holiday season to the New Year's. And in the holiday season, it's all the shelves are overflowing with decadent holiday fare. And then you walk into Trader Joe's on January 1st and it's protein shake mixes and kale and all these healthy offerings. So instead of all the craziness and listening to all the craziness, it's really let's begin a revolution with inside ourselves instead of resolving to be good. Let's just change completely our inner speak with ourselves to make it incredibly masterful for the new year so that this can be the year that you really step up and be your own best self in the area of weight mastery. So I just want to cover a couple of things, and then I want to tell you about something exciting that's coming up that you might be interested in. So the first step to your New Year's resolution is to shift your identity. And what I mean by that is so much of the time when we struggle with our weight, we see ourselves as a weight struggler. It is an identity that we live within. We carry around different filters of how we see ourselves in the world, different statuses that we have. We're maybe a student or a mom or a dad, or we're a lawyer or a construction worker, or we have these different identities that we have, and when we struggle with our weight, we seem to stay in the struggler identity. Even when you release weight and maybe get to your ideal weight, we still carry around this idea of ourselves as a struggler. So what I mean by identity change is I'm going to ask you to consider shifting your identity into that of a weight master or somebody who is mastering their weight. That is a completely different way of seeing yourself. And when you walk through the world and deciding to become a weight master today doesn't mean you have to be at your ideal weight. Far from it. It just means that you're an apprentice of the skills of weight mastery. And I get into that a lot in the shift, but there's just this idea of stepping into a new way of seeing yourself that's very powerful. So I invite you to start doing that for the new year. And the second thing is to commit to a bigger mission than just weight loss. Again, I think we can start the new year and we want to lose those 10 holiday pounds that we may have gained, or to get off that 20 pounds that you've been promising yourself that you'll do for the last couple of years. But if you come at this from a bigger mission, which is really being your best self, because in order to really take the weight off and keep it off permanently, it isn't just about weight loss. It is really about learning to communicate with yourself in a more powerful way, a way of shifting your relationship with food and the way you communicate with yourself about food, about exercise, about your environment, about your support. This is all about leveling up the way you communicate with yourself and your subconscious mind. All we have is the way we communicate with ourselves. So this year, commit to having a bigger picture idea of having powerful communications with yourself, a powerful mission of being your best self, powerfully communicating with yourself and shifting your relationships with food and exercise, not from being good, but from being powerful and really committing to this higher idea of yourself, being powerful out in the world, being your best self, doing those things, because when we struggle with our weight, it keeps us, that struggle, that consistent cycle of being good and being bad and on and off, keeps us from literally being out there in the world and doing the things that we want to do and making a difference. So I get that you're probably out there making a difference already, but think of if you didn't have that consistent, persistent dialogue in your head, that critical dialogue around your weight and around your weight management, think about how much more powerful you could be. So consider that and commit to a bigger mission. The other thing is to think of your now moving into the new year is that instead of being good on a diet or trying to be good, or eat healthy, it's more about building the skills of consistency, which are, again, it goes back to communications of, and you're really building a lifestyle. You're creating something. A lot of times when we're trying to lose weight, we're trying not to eat the unhealthy foods, and we're trying to be good, and we're trying to get to the gym, and there's this struggle and resistance and deprivation, and we're really coming at this from very already steeped from our past negative beliefs and habits, instead of creating a healthy lifestyle that's going to support you at your ideal weight and to build the skills that are going to allow you to maintain it. When you look at all of what you do for managing weight, it's really about skill building, making healthy food choices, planning your healthy food for the week, making sure that you think things through for the day. Those are skills. It's not about being good. We want to remove the moral stuff from this altogether, and we really want to start to look at it. We're building something powerful and building something effective and building something long lasting that's going to last the rest of our lives. So I hope this has been helpful for you. I hope you have a stupendous, amazing, masterful new year. Now, let me just talk really quickly. For those of you who know, I have a book called From Fat to Thin Thinking. And I don't even... do I have... Okay, I have an old copy right here. I don't even have a present copy, but this is my old copy from when I was writing the book. So From Fat to Thin Thinking. And you may have already bought the book. And if you have, you'll be excited because we're going to do a guided process. I'm going to I don't have the exact dates yet, but I will have them posted below. As of when I'm recording this, I don't have the exact dates, but I'm going to be posting them above or below here. And you'll be able to go through the group process of the 30 days with me. So exciting. I did this when I published the book, and I'm going to do it again. And people got amazing results we were all together as a group. It was fantastic. And if you haven't bought the book, if you buy the book now, the link will be below. We are going to get started on this process with the new year. You can read the book, and then we're going to get started later in the month on the 30-day process. So you still have time to read it and to get through the process. So just out there for you, for the price of a book, it's not that expensive. It's pretty cheap. You can go through a powerful, masterful weight mastery process that is going to really build those skills and put your mind in a different place than the old place that kept you in the weight struggle. Okay? So have an amazing new year. I hope that this has been an amazing holiday season for you. And I hope that as you cast your vision out to the new year, you think of yourself being out there, being your best self. And I support you 100% in that. Have an amazing new year.